Hi and welcome to Movies Remastered. We did it! We opened the community tab. We finally got the 1,000 subs that we needed to unlock that tab, and hopefully by now you've already seen it and I've been interacting with people to try and get a bit of feedback. Now a lot of those questions might seem really random at the time, but they will all piece together to a bigger project. But today I want to go into talking about props basically. Now if you've been following my channel closely, you'll know that I've been doing a scene. I'm bringing Han Solo's dice back. I don't feel like they need to disappear in The Last Jedi. So I'm going to keep them at the end of that movie, and I'm going to bring him into the Rise of Skywalker, aka The Last Hope. Now this scene I'm going to use on is this one. Now you can see Kylo Ren is on the bridge, and if you look at his left hand you can see he's clenching it. So what I'm going to do is just cut away to another scene. Now this is just a holding footage at the moment. I'm going to go back in and refilm it as of the reason why I'm doing today's video. So he's going to open his palm, you're going to see the dice, then he's going to close it again, and then basically that's what's going to bring on the memory or the vision of Han Solo. So the problem was to try and get these props, the best ones on the market. Now there are so many available, so basically I want to do today's video so you don't get caught and waste your money in a lot of these different ones. Now I'm only going to go through about 3 or 4, maybe 5 today, so I'm going to go through a few so you don't waste your money. So let's look into it. Now the first ones I went into, now this is the picture from the movie here. So this is, I'm just using this as a reference to the ones that we're going to look at. So obviously I went straight to the Disney store thinking they were going to have the molds from the props. It was going to be accurate and they were going to sell the ones that were closest to the movie. Why was I wrong? So these are the ones from the Disney store, and as you can see the coloration's already wrong in the dice. The shape's fine, the symbols are great, the chain is just this horrible kind of yellowy gold, and they just really stand out according next to the dice. Plus look at this, it's got made in China written on it, or China written on them. And then if you look at the symbols, they're just not as shiny or as metallic as they are in the movie, and it, you know, these rings are slightly too thick and it just didn't look right. So luckily a friend of mine showed me his in the States before I ordered some online, so I didn't need to waste my money there. So you know, bypass Disney store didn't work for me. So the next one was, I then went to Amazon, and again these ones, there are several versions on Amazon. I'm not going to promote the sellers of these because they are changing all the time, but these are the ones on Amazon, and if you can see, these are really a lot more square compared to the original. The symbols seem a lot bigger. It just feels wrong. You can see the chain here, you can see the cut lines in all the links, and it just doesn't fit right. The chains aren't circular, but they did do a great job of getting the chain and the dice looking similar. But if you look here, you get like the half moon and the quarter moon shape here, and the other symbol is pointing to it. And if you see here, you got the quarter moon here, and this arrow is pointing away. So these aren't accurate at all. So out on the size of those were slightly different as well. They just didn't feel right, even though they were the closest that I saw online. That's why I went to Amazon, but again they had to go back. So these ones now there's loads on eBay obviously, so I just did these for a joke. Now these are worth £333. Well, they're not worth them. This is what they're trying to get for these prices. But as you can see, the link that's holding the chain to the dice is just really bad. They're really cheap and they're tiny in comparison. Now obviously I didn't buy them, but I got another pair on eBay and they just came out really small. Look at these. They came in, it's just like straight out of China. They're really cheap. They're definitely not worth, these aren't the £333 ones, but I found another company that was using exactly the same photos, and I think these were about 20 bucks. And you know, they're just tiny. They're not worth it at all. So, oh, actually, how much were the others? So the Disney ones were £20.99p. The Amazon ones were £24.71. The crazy expensive ones at eBay were £333 with free postage. I should hope so for that price. So, and then I got the other pair from eBay as well. I think they were about 20 quid. So I then got really, you know, it's been weeks. They just didn't, you know, they weren't cutting it. I really want to do this scene and I just couldn't find the dice that I want. So I then really struggled, went over to Wish. And Wish looked quite promising. You can see the coloration is, the colour of the chain is matching the shape of the dice. The dice are almost the right size. They are rounded edges. The symbols seem slightly bigger. You can see the circle here is, according to the edges there, it is a lot bigger. So I ordered them. Guess what? The same pair. The same crappy cheap pair. Oh, and in the description of these ones, they actually said, don't be fooled by the fake ones. These are the bigger ones. Go for these. In the description. And I did. I went for them and they're exactly the same as the cheap crappy ones. So rather than asking for a refund, I actually reported this company because they're obviously, you know, they're trying to stitch people out of money and they're selling fakes. So I reported them. They're not for the seller's been taken off Wish, but there are so many more different ones on Wish. So, you know, if you want the tiny ones, then buy them, but definitely don't. So I kind of lost hope. Didn't know what to do. Really want to add this scene in because I think it just brings the story together. I really want to bring Han Solo in to The Rise of Skywalker because I just think that connection is needed in this movie. I want to bring it more about family. So just as I was giving up, I looked around the internet and I found this guy. Now it's called Custom 3D Stuff. And just look at them. Now you can see the link here, but obviously that's just connecting the chain to the dice. You can see that the link to the dice isn't overpowering. It's quite tiny. Quite small in comparison to this, so it flows well. You can see the half moon here and this one, half moon there. Now if you turn that around, that is pointing in the right direction. They've got the right shape, the right metallic, and this guy was an absolute legend. Now he makes these himself. Now this isn't promotion, this isn't a paid promotion or anything. I just want to promote this guy because he's doing an outstanding job. So if you look, I'm going to leave his website in the description so you can go and check out for yourself. He does loads of different props for Star Wars and he is absolutely incredible. So I reached out to him. Now unfortunately I live in the UK and these are made in the States, and he wasn't about all business. He is a huge Star Wars fan. So we, you know, I told him about the project, how things were going. He was really keen to see where I was going. And the customer service was outstanding. And he actually does two different versions. So he does the gold metallic one and then he does a more antique one. And they look like this. So as I said, the ones from eBay and Wish turned up in this. But he's actually turned up in a really nice box. So they're quite secure. Let's have a look. How do I get in it? Here. So yeah, they come in there. Loads of packaging so they're not going to get owned. Loads really respectful. This beautiful velvet box. Look at this. I went for the more worn antique version, and I think they're absolutely incredible. Length of the chain is great. The weight of them is absolutely superb. You can hear them. They're just absolute quality in comparison to these. Look at them. They're worlds apart. So I looked on his website and he's doing some amazing work and I'm just so over the moon for him. You know, hopefully his company is going to do really well. So I cannot wait to finish this scene. Oh yeah, by the way, he said he's going to give you guys a discount code. So if you go to his website, like I say, the link is below. He's going to give you a 10% discount, I think it was, if you put Movies Remastered in the discount code at purchase. So that was a really nice thing for him to offer me and my viewers. So, you know, hopefully if you're going to go to his site, you're going to save some money. And these were cheaper than the Disney ones. I think these were like $19. They were absolutely amazing. So now, and the fact that they come in these this beautiful box, you know, it's what craftsmanship is and what I feel that customer service should be. So give Todd an email and see if he's got anything that you like. But I just want to give him a big shout out because he saved my neck on this. I've went through almost every other possibility and I was about to give up on these scenes, but these dice are now going to allow me to record that. So I've now got this 4K camera, new mic. So I'm going to go out and about on my next video and go on location, see if I can film this scene. It's going to be tricky. It's going to be the first time I've done location, but hopefully I'm going to bring you guys along and see how we got on with there. I'm going to have to go out in a storm as well. It's going to be crazy. Where did I put the gloves? Oh yeah, so I got Kylo Ren's gloves as well. These were quite tricky to get hold of, and they're not the exact ones from the movie. They were really expensive, so I couldn't afford those. But hopefully now we're going to make that scene and everything's going to be good. But like I say, try and check out that community tab, do some of the polls, give me some feedback, let me know what you want in the future. And yeah, that's it for today. Click a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself.